Welcome to Storytime with Kimmy. These are the kind of stories where you just had a long day at work, you smell good because you just had an everything shower. You were going to read, but you accidentally opened up YouTube and you landed on my channel. Hi. We're about to go on this spiritual journey together, and I'm glad you're here. So, today's story is my birth story. I am 5 months behind. I've actually hit every single trench postpartum depression. Regression you can possibly hit. It's actually kind of insane. I feel like once it hits nighttime, I don't even know what time it is anymore. I'm just kind of in limbo at night. Last night, my son woke up from 3 and didn't go back to sleep till 6. That's insane. Why are you doing that, dude? Chill out. But it's kind of hard because my first was such a chill baby. Literally was sleeping through the night at 3 months old. I didn't appreciate that enough. But anyways, today's birth story is Ugo's birth story. I would tell you my first one, but it's actually kind of traumatic. And if anyone is about to give birth and it's their first, you don't need to hear that one. But I will tell you this one. It's kind of funny, kind of not. I will be breaking this up into 3 segments. So first one is at home when it starts, driving to triage, and then giving birth. So segment 1 is, did I pee myself? Today's video is sponsored by Level 8 Luggage. From mom life to content creator life, travel life, I'm always on the go, so I need a luggage that can actually keep up with my life. This is a Level 8 carry-on and is seriously a game changer. It's lightweight, sleek, and built to handle real travel, and it's pretty. These wheels glide so smoothly through the airports and hallways, I can push it with one hand while juggling everything else plus 2 kids. It has so much space, plus the organized compartments keep me stress-free. Durable, stylish, and mom-approved, Level 8 makes traveling feel effortless. So let's talk about some key features of the suitcase. What I love the most about the Level 8 carry-on is the high-quality hard shell material. It's super durable and protects everything inside, no matter how hectic travel gets. Now, I feel like everyone loves a good rolling suitcase, and the 360 spinner wheels glide effortlessly in every direction, and have I said they're low noise, so no loud clunky rolling through the airport. Now, for context, we're going to test this out. I do have a 5-month-old that is snapping, so I would hate to wake him up, but because I actually believe in this product, I'm about to show you guys. Also, because I have gotten things stolen out of my suitcase, this is a big plus 10 for me because it has a built-in TSA lock, so my belongings stay secure while I travel. Also, it is always so hard to find a good carry-on that has space and that's organized. This is perfect. It's so spacious with smart compartments that make packing easy and organized. The aluminum alloy trolley handle feels sturdy and smooth, and it adjusts perfectly to my height without wobbling. Also, you know that I know that it's always so awkward to carry a suitcase, but not with this one because it has dual handles. It makes it so easy to grab from any angle, whether I'm lifting it into the car or an overhead bin. And the best part about all of this is that Level 8 offers a lifetime warranty, so I know the suitcase is built to last forever. So it is August 11th. I am in the most comfortable position of my life. I'm talking about, I have a pillow underneath in between my legs, on my back. We are co-sleeping still with my 4-year-old, or we were. She was 3 at the time. So at the time, we were still co-sleeping with my now 4-year-old. And we were in such a synchronized, the way we were all fit, we just were perfect, okay? It didn't even bother me. And I was like, wow, I'm about to have the best sleep of my life. I wasn't due until 2 weeks after that. So I was like, I still have time to just sleep. And I start hitting REM sleep. And I was like, or I don't even know, deep sleep. Is that what REM sleep is? I don't know, but deep sleep. And I'm like, wow. You know when you're about to hit that deep sleep, but you're still conscious? I don't know how to describe that. You're kind of in that limbo moment right before you're about to so I'm sleeping. I'm all right, bro, good night. And my water breaks. Initially I was like, bro, I did not just pee myself, what the heck. And then I also was like, dang, did I just pee on my daughter? Thankfully I didn't. My shorts absorbed everything. But the moment I got up, I'm not joking, it felt like a water balloon exploded inside of me and just was gushing out. It was so much fluid, and the only reason why I was so confused is because I didn't have any contractions. With Lola, I had contractions all day, so I was kind of expecting my water to break. With Ugo, I was like, what is going on? Literally nothing. No swell, no nothing. I get up and I'm trying to get all my stuff together, but it is just coming down, and I'm like, this is low-key alarming. the fact that I'm losing so much fluid and I'm not getting any contractions. So I text one of like really close friends, Rachel, because she works at the hospital that I went to. And I was like, hey, like, what do I do? Do I like wait a little bit? Like, because I'm not getting contractions? And she's like, no, because like you're losing a lot of fluid. It could look be dangerous. So I was like, okay. So I looked at my hospital bag and realized I didn't pack it and that I was going to pack it tomorrow or the next day. So I'm like scrambling together, trying to get everything. I'm starting to like violently shake now because I think it like hits me that like, oh my God, I'm about to have to give birth again. And regardless of what people say about giving birth or whatever, like it is scary. Like I don't care what anyone says, it is low-key scary. So I'm like getting all my stuff together. I'm like shaking violently, and Drew's like looking at me. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I'm fine. I'm just like really nervous." And I was like really about to like my pants, you know? So I'm getting everything together, and I call my parents. I'm like, hey, my water just broke. I need you to get down here. And they get here in like, not joking, like 2 minutes. Like they were so quick. They were asking me all these questions. So, like, I don't know what's going on. Drew's like coming in and out of like the car. He's like packing everything. Like he's starting to get like slightly stressed because he wants to make sure that I have everything I need. So he's carrying pillows in and out, towels. I'm leaking everywhere. I'm switching like I go through 5 pairs of pants, shorts, underwears because I am continuously leaking. It was so bad to like I had to drive there or ride in the car with a towel underneath because I was like, ew, if this soaks all in like my chair. But one little cute sad fact that I had before I left was Lola was still asleep when I left, and my mom was like holding her. And I don't know if it's like a morbid thought. It might be morbid, but it's also like kind of sad. I look at her, and for the last time, it's either I won't see you again, you know, because like you never know what could happen in birth. Like giving birth is a very big thing for a woman's body, and sometimes things don't go the way they're supposed to go. And I was like, this could be my last time seeing her or her like feeling me. I don't know. I started thinking like of all like the worst case scenarios. And then on the other side, I also looked at her and I was like, this is the last time it's just going to be like me and you know? And for people that like have followed me like for the past 5 years, I went through a lot in the past 5 years, and it felt like it was just me and Lola for a while. And then of course we reunited as a family, but Lola was my rock, my crutch for like, I don't know, crutch. I don't know if that's like the right term, but like Lola was my rock for a really long time in the sense that like, I don't think I would have finished school without her. Just everything. So Lola is just my everything. So is Ugo, but it's like kind of different because of like a lot of stuff that happened. So I did kind of look at her and I was like, oh my God, like this is the last time you're my only child. And that was kind of hard to process on my way there and just like looking at her. And then of course when Ugo was born, it was just a whole different story because you don't understand how you can like split love into two, but like you can, like without even thinking about it. Like I love my children equally. But I don't know, it's just a hard way to explain it, but my love is definitely equal 100% on each side. But anyway, so we get to in the car and we're like driving there, and I'm like starting to vlog because I was like, I'm gonna get my vlog in. Like I have been vlogging my entire pregnancy. Like y'all are gonna get my vlog, and I'm not even getting contractions, so I'm low-key just chill. I'm just like leaking out everywhere. I get to the hospital and Drew's sister's already there. She filmed her entire labor process or whatever, so shout out to Savannah. But I had to get wheelchaired in there. And even though like that's probably like really normal for pregnant women, it is so embarrassing to just get wheelchaired anywhere. Yeah. And like I didn't have contractions. I was just like leaking. And as I'm getting wheeled around, like liquid just like going to this. It was so gross. But anyways. And then I get to triage. And I don't know what it is about the nurses in triage, or maybe it's just like the night shift. I'm like, you know, like that one episode in SpongeBob where like he's like in rock, what is it? Like Bikini Bottom, rock bottom. You know, like that scary place where it's like really dark. It's like in the deep, you know what I'm talking about? And he's in that train station and like the train guy's like talking to him, but like doesn't want to talk to him. And he's like, what is going on? Like, it's just, that's the best way to describe the hospital at night. Like, it feels very empty. No one really wants to cooperate with you. It's just like, it almost feels like the back rooms. So I get there and the nurses are getting annoyed because, like, that's when I start getting contractions, is the moment I enter triage. It's like my body was like, okay, bet, like, here we go. Nurses are asking me stuff. I'm like, some questions I don't even know what you're saying, dude. Like, I'm just like, yeah, or like I'm double asking, like, wait, excuse me, like I don't understand, and they're like getting annoyed. Anyways, everything happens good. I sign everything, and then we get into the room. Now, segment 2 is triage. You get there and you got to get butt booty naked, okay? And at this time, my contractions I'm starting to feel them. Now, one thing about my contractions is I don't feel them in the front. I feel them in the back. I don't know if it's my back or it's in my butt, but to me, I feel it in my butt. Best way to describe the feeling of it is I feel like I gotta go to the bathroom. And I do, because it's almost like, but I think my body's like expelling everything before birth, or it's just starting to push everything out. And that happened with my first as well. So I get to triage and the nurse is like, all right, like I'm gonna hook you up. And I'm like, oh my God. So for the people that have given birth, you know how bad it hurts to get like all these IV like needles in you and stuff, because they feel like horse needles. Like, it's actually insane how thick they feel. And with my first, they forgot a needle in me for 3 days. 2 days. I don't know. It felt like 4 to me. Like, it was right in here. And I was like, I think you forgot this. And they're like, oh yeah, like, why didn't you say anything? I was like, I did. You ignored me. But this time, my nurse was amazing because she just did it one time and it was in. She didn't even use, I think, my hand. Where did she go? Oh, she like did up here, which it bruised anyways, but it's way better than getting stuck in here. So yeah, I'm just naked. And also, like, the way that hospital gowns are, like, the back is open. I'd be feeling so vulnerable. Like, why are my butt cheeks out? Gowns are, is like, you're just so exposed on the back. I don't like it. Anyways, but so I'm waiting and I started making TikToks, and then she comes in and I'm like, oh, okay, like, when are we gonna go to a room? Because I think I'm like starting to kind of get there. And she's like, yeah, we don't have any rooms. And I was like, okay. And then like an hour passes by and I'm like, bro. And she's like, don't give birth in here. And I was like, dude, I'm about to. I also continued to play with fire, and she asked if I wanted the epidural, which I should have said yes when she asked me. But I was like, no, I think I'm good. I'm going to keep holding off because my biggest fear is that I get the epidural and then it wears out. And we're in 2025 at this time. And why do I have to feel anything while giving birth? This isn't the medieval times. I don't want to. I actually want to feel nothing. But I held off. And then she was like, okay, like, we're all ready. And then I get sent into the labor and delivery room. Segment 3. I get there and I'm like, all right, bro, like, I need that epidural quickly. And she goes, okay, so actually someone just asked like 2 seconds before you. So the anesthesiologist is going to go to them first and then you. Bro, the anesthesiologist took, I'm not joking, like 40 minutes. At this point, I genuinely think I'm about to give birth. And I start like sweating and like freaking out because I'm like, there's no way. There's no way I'm about to push a baby out and feel it. I'm not that kind of woman. I don't think I have it in me to feel it. So I was like, I'm actually in so much pain. I'm going to start screaming. Like, I'm actually going to start screaming. And the nurse is like, well, we can get you like a cocktail. And I was like, what is that? And I guess it's just like a mix of like chill medicine to like calm me down. I still felt everything, but it like kind of like made me drowsy. So they definitely gave me a cocktail and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, this is chill. But I was still feeling it, but I was like too chill to like feel it. And then it wore off. And then I was like, oh my God, it was getting like 10 times worse. I had to like get up and Drew had to like press on me. And mind you, I'm not numb. Okay. And the nurse is like, we're going to have to stick a catheter in you. And I was like, no. And she's like, yeah, like, we're going to have to because you're about to give birth. And I was like, no, I'm not getting a catheter in me when I'm sober. No thanks. And I like thought, I was like, no, you're not. I mean, the thought of getting a catheter stuck inside you while you can still feel it, no thanks. So anesthesiologist gets here, and the moment he like walks through the door, I get the worst contraction. Like, it genuinely feels like Ugo just like boom, like just fell down. And I was like, this feels so weird. Like, I say that, and she's like, what does it feel like? I was like, something does not feel right. I literally felt like if I looked down, he was just gonna plop out. The anesthesiologist comes in, he's like telling me to bend over. He's actually kind of nice. My last one was not that nice. Like, this guy was nice. And he's like, all right, like, we got to get you still. We got to put this in. And then as I get stuck with my first, I didn't feel the needle at all. So I was like, okay, like, I'm not going to feel this. Like, I don't care. I felt the entire needle go up my spine. It hurt really bad. It hurt bad. And as he's like going in there, he goes, okay, I'm also just about to hit a nerve. And I'm like, why would you say that? And the second he says that, it feels like my entire right side of my body gets jerked down. Like, have you ever like moved your neck too quickly and then you're like, like it hurts? Like, that's literally what my entire left or right, my right side felt like. It literally felt like someone just jerked it down, and it got like, I can't even, it hurt so bad. And to this day, I still get pretty bad, like weird pain on that side. Could it be from that? I don't know. I mean, he could have done like slight nerve damage because he did say he hit a nerve. I don't know. He could all be in my head for all I know. So anyways, that happens. And as he's walking out, the anesthesiologist goes, I think you're way farther along than you think you are. And I think you're about to give birth. And I'm like, no, senor, not tonight. So the nurse texts me. She goes, oh no, like, you're ready. And I was like, I can still feel my legs. Like, I'm not giving birth. So I'm like, is there any way I can like labor down? So she asked my midwife, and my midwife was like, yeah, like, if everything looks good, like, she can still labor down. I labored down for 4 hours. But prior to that, she's like, all right, now we got to stick the catheter in. I could still feel my bottom. And I was now only feeling my left side. My left or right? My left. I'm trying to think. No, my left. And I was like, yeah, I don't feel my right side, but I feel my left side. And she's like, yeah, well, we got to put it in because like once you like are fully numb, like you could like pee yourself. And I was like, no, I don't want it. And basically she was like, you don't have an option. So I was like, okay, like whatever, just stick it in. And thankfully I barely felt it. Because I didn't want her to tell me when she was doing it. So Drew was kind of looking, she goes, oh yeah, it's like already in. And I was like, perfect. So then like 30 minutes go by and I'm still only feeling my left side. And at this point I'm like, why am I still feeling anything? And she was like, yeah, sometimes what happens is only half of your body goes numb. And I was like, why? So Drew is like literally timing I think that it releases like every 15 minutes, like manually or something like that. So he's like making sure he's pressing it like fully. And it's still not working. I'm still only feeling like my left side. I'm like, why? And she like moves me around kind of to like, she's like, if you get moved around, I guess like the epidural will like drip to the other side. So she did that, and it kind of helped because it kind of did numb. But at that time I was like, I gotta like push now. Like I'm feeling like immense pressure. And I was also just kind of tired because after like, I think this was after 4 hours that I labored down, then I could still feel it. I was like, bro, I'm so tired at this point. Also, super quick, I was involuntarily farting. I literally couldn't hold my farts in. Like, I was like, dude, this is so embarrassing. Like, literally just slipping out. No control over my farts. My right side of my farts, I couldn't control, but my left side I could. Anyways, so I could still feel everything. And then after the 4 hours, I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, call the nurse. I'm ready to push. She gets there and she's like, okay, like I can see the head. And I was like, yeah, that's about right. That's what I'm feeling. So midwife comes in. Also, midwife is sent from heaven, but she's like, all right, like let's start pushing, and I get all in position or whatever, and I'm starting to freak out a little bit because I can still feel my left side, and I'm like, dude, I'm about to feel a baby come out through only the left side of my body. Like, this is about to be so traumatizing. I think I probably did like 4 or 5 pushes. I started pushing with like my head instead of like my butt, which is what you're supposed to do. And then I started pushing right, and then she's like, okay, let's prevent you from tearing. And I bring to you guys the Ring of Fire. I have heard about it, the Ring of Fire. I didn't want to experience, but I experienced it. So, head's like this, right? Head's like kind of like halfway out, but like not out to the point where like he's like breathing, like where he's like gotten air. Like, I don't know how to explain it, like this, but like head's kind of like out there. So, she's like, okay, when you like push like this, I need you to hold it for, I think it felt like 5 seconds. So I was like, okay, like whatever. I hold him. Oh my God. I thought I was going to get split in half and sent into the heavens and never return. The pain, like, it felt so weird because I was only feeling half of my body, and that half side, like the Ring of Fire, it burns. It literally burns so it just feels like you're stretching out and there's no more left to give. And you genuinely think you're about to like rip in half. But I didn't. I successfully pushed out a baby without ripping. Super proud of myself. Super grateful for my nurse. And I think that was pretty cool because I could feel the left side of my body, and I didn't want to feel me like getting stitched up because that would really suck. But everything was good. I held Ugo, and this was actually also the first, well, my second, with Lola, I dissociated during birth. Like, I did not know what was going on. I was so confused. And then when they put her on my chest, I like literally couldn't even like understand what was going on. With Ugo, I was like more coherent. I was holding him. I like fed him basically like right away. I just knew what was going on. So I give birth, and then they leave me in the labor and delivery room for probably like, I gave birth around like 4. I was there till like 7, I think. And I was like, bro, I am back in the back rooms. Like, I'm so tired. Also, like, when I gave birth to Lola, I felt like this overwhelming hunger. Like, it was insane. Like, I was so hungry. With Ugo, I had like a random burst of energy. But also because I had the epidural, with Lola, I had shakes. With Ugo, I was like, what? I was hot, actually. I was like sweating, which is like weird because usually like, you're freezing. I was shaking, but I was like sweating. And yeah, like it was just like everything was kind of confusing. Like the moment you give birth, like those 2-3 hours is just like really confusing. Like you kind of like dissociate with everything around you. And you're like, what just happened? Like, yeah, it's kind of weird. I think, but those were probably the most calmest 3 hours of my life in the past 4 months. So do I miss it? Maybe. But yeah, it was crazy. And we were there for a while, and then they brought me my food, and I told them I was like gluten-free, and they just literally brought me 2 boiled eggs and a sausage and pudding. I had a lot of pudding when I stayed there. But yeah, that's kind of my birth story. Nothing too crazy. Just chill things. Yeah, so if you ever want to know what it's like to give birth with only the right side of your body numb, it's not fun. It's kind of life-changing experience, altered experience. I'm done having kids. This was my final hurrah. So yeah.